Well, the team's been in the league 6 years, and in that time, the Vancouver Grizzlies won 98 games. They lost another 352. A disappointing run for Canada's second NBA franchise. So an announcement today that it's applied to move to an American city comes as no surprise.
Just 6 years after the Vancouver Grizzlies arrived, they were gone. And the reason was clear. Van City was a hockey town.
I don't really watch the Grizzlies that much, so.
Why not?
Well, you know, they kind of suck as a team, you know.
I'm a hockey fan. If they want to go, they can go, for all I care.
But over a decade later, basketball culture in BC hasn't died. It's thrived. Players and teams across the province are competing at a high level. And fans are more dedicated than ever before.
When I first started, we were allowed to start practice on November 1st. We weren't allowed to pick the team, and they were allowed to start in December. And then when it came around to March, it stopped, and you didn't have anything after that. And it come around fall time, you start your team up again. Well, now things have changed so much, they've now gone to spring league after the season, and then there's summer teams, and then there's the fall leagues, and so they now go year round. They absolutely, there's 12 months a year, and it's a total change from what it used to be.
If you're not going year round, it's very difficult. Or if you're not going year round, your kids are not involved in a year round program, which I'm lucky my kids do. I mean, once basketball is done, I move on to another sport, so I don't see them. But lucky for me, they are basketball nuts.
Kids are honing their court skills earlier than ever, enrolling in basketball programs like Drive and Athlete, where they're taught the physical and mental aspects of the game.
One of our key focuses and philosophies is basketball IQ. We really start teaching them about thinking the game, as well as just, instead of just drill repetition, I mean, you can do that as much as you want. You can have them, you know, dribble around cones or chairs and all that stuff for days on days. But we want kids, when they get to the high school level, we take pride in a coach saying, well, you know, where did you learn the game? Because you're kind of seeing the game one step ahead.
I'd say around year 2 or 3, we had a clear idea of we wanted to start training kids at a young age and then have them move through our program so that we'd have kids that we trained for 3-4 years, or we could just kind of build on things. So that's kind of when we knew that what we wanted to eventually get this thing to become. We teach them pretty intense. I mean, as far as some of the regular programs go in terms of young ages, they don't really push them as hard as we do, but we really feel like they need to play a lot of hours, focused training, and they need to be doing the right things early on.
Both programs have been a success, boasting some of the top athletes in the province, as well as players who compete in the United States.
Miguel Thomas, probably regarded, if not the best, top 3 grade 6 player in the province. He's been with us since he was in grade 3. He's been with us since grade 3. He played in a developmental league in the AYBL. And from there, he just showed exceptional work ethic and skills. And now he's moved up into our elite program ever since last summer.
The best kid that ever came out of our program is a kid named Emerson Murray. He played for us for 3 years. Unbelievable player, athlete, great kid. Kind of an ambassador for our program. He really set the tone for, you know, I can do Drive my whole life and I can end up at an NCAA school. He's playing at Cal right now, which is a top 25 team. So, you know, that guy was kind of an ambassador for us. He was kind of our first real big-time recruit. I guess Manhood player right now. Most people say he's the best player in the province in grade 12.
But the top flight training comes at a price. Parents spend between $110 and $175 for just a couple of days, and up to $700 plus to compete in the extended programs. And then there's the issue with recruiting. Parents are using Drive and Athlete to find the best schools for their kids to play, forming dream teams with established programs over schools in their district.
Hard for a Drive coach to say, you're going to school A over here and they're really poor and have no coach. Well, look, I know the guy over here. He does it. Why don't you go over there? And why wouldn't he? You know, the kid asks him, where should I go? And he's supposed to say nothing. Well, of course he's going to give advice.
We understand where they're coming from. They have a passion. They want their kid to go far, and you know, it's hard. You know, you try to stay out of it, but then you also know where they're coming from, because, you know, being in the same position, you'd probably want something more serious yourself.
What those guys should be doing is putting the message out, hey, you want to be good? Take your school somewhere and you will be noticed. It's simple. It's simple. I mean, take your school, hey, you show up, you put in the time, you be good. Some coach will appreciate that and want to stay because they see some hope. Other players will see you're good and they'll want to get to and meet you at your level, and just inspires the whole program when, you know, it just takes one good kid. And a coach will be involved, other players will want to get with that kid and improve themselves. If that message was put out there, I think it would help a lot.